Man, oh man, oh man. Things are actually getting crazier and crazier. Okay, we have freaked out Fani Willis getting caught exploding and just losing it, okay, after being caught red-handed and held accountable for her actions. And I absolutely love to see it, okay? Accountability is her kryptonite, and it's absolutely mind-blowing to watch, all right? But before we get into this video, shout out to the King Squad. Merry Christmas to you guys. It's great to see you. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you, okay? Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Thank you for all donations. Thank you for all the positive comments, and let's get right into this video. There's a lot to unpack here. You guys are not going to believe what's going on. So shout out to CJ Pearson. Watch, Fani Willis just crashed out and pulled the race card when confronted with the documents showing how many tax dollars her office paid her lover, Nathan Wade. Why don't you investigate how many times they called me the N-word? What a total clown, all right? It's absolutely mind-blowing to me to see how they, how she consistently doubles down in like these identity politics and victimhood and stuff like that. And it's just wild, okay? Somebody says here, I am sick and tired of all the evidence against the Democrats and no handcuffs. I completely agree. Okay, I completely agree. Someone else says, whoops, Fani Willis let her boyfriend Nathan Wade bill the taxpayers for 160 hours a week during the scam investigation of POTUS Trump. 160 hours a week. There are only 168 hours total in a week. He slept like 1 hour each day. Someone is in trouble. Agreed. And we're going to get into our video here, you guys, momentarily, okay? And then right here is where we're going to kick it off as far as the videos go. So shout out to Terrence K. Williams. He says, Big Fani is big mad. Fani Willis lost her temper and exploded when asked about using taxpayer money to fund her love life with her boyfriend, Mr. Wade. A lot of crazy stuff going on here. We're going to get into this. So shout out to Terrence K. Williams, and let's go.
Documents that I haven't for the first time. What I can tell you is that I allowed Mr. Wade to bill 160 hours a week, and then Mr. Wade would be the first one in the office making sure that my staff arrived. He corrected their behavior. They thought that 8:30 meant 8:30. He told them that 8:30 means 7:45. He got there before them. He left after him. He taught them how to do this case, and he was a leader to that team and a public servant. And for that, him like me has been threatened thousands of times. You want something to investigate as a legislature? Investigate how many times they've called me the N-word. Why don't you investigate that? Why don't you investigate them writing on my house? Why don't you investigate the fact that my house has been swatted? If you want something to do with your time that makes sense, and you can use all this in your campaign ad, you attacked Fani Willis. What have you done, sir? Nothing.
I'm referring you to the screen. I know you said you don't approve.
I don't.
Review these.
Oh, Big Fani! Big Fani! You big mad! I see somebody not in a good mood. Girl, don't nobody want to investigate nothing you talking about. We want to investigate this booty call that you had with Mr. Wade on taxpayers' dime, on taxpayers' money. You didn't pay Fani. You, Fani, you hired your little boyfriend, okay? You didn't pay this man almost $1 million of taxpayers' money. For what? For what was his qualifications, huh? Besides knocking your socks off at night. Fani, just tell us, why did you pay Mr. Wade almost $1 million of taxpayer? Why did the taxpayers of Georgia have to pay for you and Willie to get y'all freak on? Huh? Why did they have to pay for your little freak sessions with Mr. Wade? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. You talking about people was driving by your house calling you the N-word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But if I found out, okay, that my tax dollars was being used so somebody can get their freak on, I might drive by your house too and call you a crazy nigga.
Oh man, it's not looking good for Fani Willis. Okay, it's not looking good for Fani Willis at all. Okay, and you see, somebody said she instantly pulled the card. Facts. Somebody else said her defensive attitude screams guilt. Facts. I completely agree. Okay, And so we see right here, Nathan Wade got paid, Fani got laid, and the taxpayers got played. Facts. Okay. And the crazier thing, too, is Fani Willis was a DEI bulldog hired against President Trump. Okay. And we saw that the Democrats were using her, and she was supposed to be this big name that was going to just take down Trump. And then everything exploded in her face. And I mean, is that karma or what? Like, what is that? What would you call that? Okay. It just, whatever you put out into the world, that stuff comes back to you. You got to watch how you do people out here. I tell you. So we're going to get into our next clip here. Shout out to Benny Johnson, and let's go.
Illegally of President Trump, whose only crime was objecting to election results, which is his right under the First Amendment and other. IIQ had this to say.
You run a tight ship over there. You're proud of your work. I would assume that you would have
I'm the
some
best
sort
DA in the Southeast. Why wouldn't I be proud of my work?
Okay. Such shocking confidence for Fani Willis, who is potentially facing her own criminal charges for the way that she mismanaged funds, money, hiring her boyfriend, and the prosecution that's been completely and totally thrown out after she was stripped from the case. Fulton County DA Fani Willis set to face a Georgia Senate committee over Trump prosecution. More than a year of legal arguments, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis will appear before as a special guest in the Senate committee explaining why she prosecuted President Trump. Lawmakers created the special committee on investigations in order to look into the allegations of various forms of misconduct against Fani Willis, and she doesn't really like being the one having to answer the questions. She resisted attempts to compel her to testify and did not show up last year when subpoenaed. Her attorney argued that in 2024 lacked constitutional authority. The legal battle over the previous judge's decision to subpoena still in the court systems. Nonetheless, Fani Willis showed up today. Here she is walking into the courthouse. Man, it is not disappointing. Fani Willis loses her damn mind when presented with documents showing how much money her office paid lover Nathan Wade during the witch hunt against President Trump. Why don't you investigate how many times I was called the N-word, she says, in the single most predictable defense.
Those documents, so you're asking me to look at documents that I haven't for the first time. What I can tell you is that I allowed Mr. Wade to bill 160 hours a week, and then Mr. Wade would be the first one in the office making sure that my staff arrived. He corrected their behavior. They thought that 8:30 meant 8:30. He taught them that 8:30 means 7:45. He got there before them. He left after him. He taught them how to do this case, and he was a leader to that team and a public servant. And for that, him like me has been threatened thousands of times. You want something to investigate as a legislature? Investigate how many times they've called me the N-word. Why don't you investigate that? Why don't you investigate them writing on my house? Why don't you investigate the fact that my house has been swatted? If you want something to do with your time that makes sense, and you can use all this in your campaign ad, you attacked Fani Willis. What have you done, sir? Nothing.
Fani.
So I'm going to refer you to the screen. I know you said you don't approve.
I don't look at this. I've never seen
bills.
it, so I can't talk to you about documents I don't approve and don't review. Can't talk to you about it.
Who does approve the documents in your office when invoices come in?
I thought we'd been through this.
I don't believe you said who reviews the invoices and approves the invoices in your office.
First of all, I have no first-hand knowledge of it.
You have no first-hand knowledge.
You want me to testify about something I don't have any first-hand knowledge of?
I'm asking.
Oh, man. They're not studying their best, as Donald Trump would say, but never look this defensive. Obviously, just take these kind of things with a laugh or be cool under pressure. When you act like this, when your blood pressure's up and you're screaming and raging and moving around, like this is exactly where they want you. This proves, obviously, that you have something to hide. You know, there's something like in ghetto culture where the loudest person or the most erratic person or the most screechy person wins. That's not the real world. This is the real world. And what this looks like when you are under sworn oath is you're guilty. Looks like you have something to hide. She's saying that Nathan Wade was such a impeccable prosecutor, yet couldn't answer one time when he was asked, have you ever been in a cabin in the woods with Fani Willis? He was asked this question point blank. It's made for hilarious memes that Donald Trump has shared before. My favorite meme probably of all of 2024.
Go to
right
a
here.
cabin with Miss Willis ever. Ever?
Ever.
Yep. This is, by the way, the amount of time it took him to answer the question.
No.
Never wanted cabinet assistant.
No.
He was so good. He was worth the money. Yeah, Donald Trump explaining exactly what kind of money he was worth, talking about how Fani Willis, ladies and gentlemen, used Nathan Wade for something. He wasn't good at law, but he was good at something. One of my favorite Donald Trump roasts. Here we go.
I was indicted by Fani in Georgia. Fani. How did that work out? And her lover, Nathan Wade. And they hired him for almost $1 million because of his great experience. Of course, he didn't have any experience. He had experience in something else. You know that. A lot of experience.
Obviously, all of the roasting and humiliation that Fani has gone through has broken her. She went berserk again in the courthouse about her prosecution of Donald Trump, losing it. That is a dumbass question.
So it's your testimony today that you and Mr. Wade did not have any conversations prior to you taking office relative to an investigation into the 2020 election.
Don't answer that. That is a deliberative privilege of what goes on in a district attorney's mind in the process of their...
She wasn't district attorney.
She was.
Prior to being sworn in, she was district attorney?
No, she was not, but you asked...
So I'll return to my question. Prior to you being sworn in as district attorney, is it your testimony today that you did not have any conversation with Mr. Wade about investigating the 2020 election?
Do you want to answer?
It's a dumbass question.
I know it is, but go ahead and tell him because it occurred after.
Dumbass question.
But
I didn't know that he was going to commit a crime prior to me taking office. Like, factually, it's impossible.
Okay, thank you.
So nothing but the pinnacle of justice and professionalism here. Oh, she is mad as hell, squirming in her seat, snapping her head back and forth, scratching the water bottle. Now she is yelling at the Georgia State Senate. Never a great look. Again, you got to have composure in these moments. You got to be chill. And hot damn, Fani Willis, not acting chill.
I also had some committee members where I got some advice on things that needed to be priorities for the office as I took office. So I got very esteemed members of the Fulton County and the greater community to kind of advise me. I believe in diversity, so it was a diverse group. If you do studies on diversity, although some of you are against it, you will realize that the companies that do the best employ diversity. And so I employed diversity in that committee, and I've employed diversity in my staff because I represent a diverse community.
Who was a part of that committee?
I don't remember all the names, and I'm not going to guess at it.
What names do you remember?
Oh, my goodness. Lee Dupree's husband, William Dupree, was on that committee. There was another anchor, and I'm embarrassed to say that was an African-American female. I'm not sure. I want to say Mayor
She's so
Franklin
smart.
may have been on the committee, but I can't remember exactly.
Diversity hires, they're so smart.
15 to 20 people. That's been some time ago now.
She's so smart. She's so intelligent. After a year of delays at Fulton County, testifying, finally, Fani Willis. Arrogant, full of herself, Fani Willis currently melting down in the Georgia Senate hearing. More meltdowns than jail time. People saying she's gone berserk, grilling. Whatever goes around comes around. Nathan Wade's professional services. We know what the professional services are. Fat Fani Willis's President Trump witch hunt has imploded, and now she's playing the race card. And just a reminder, she doesn't like it when you call her Fanny. She doesn't.
Well, there we have it. Shout out to our friend Benny Johnson here on the channel, okay? Yeah, you see that freaked out Fanny was definitely, yeah, she's guilty, all right? The whole thing is just, it's just a disaster just all the way around. And, accountability is her kryptonite. So we are seeing that come to play. it's how do you guys feel about this? Let me know your thoughts and how you feel about this down below in the comments. Also, comment down below in the comments where you guys are from. I always look forward to seeing where the King Squad family is from. And yeah, it is absolutely crazy to see like how people, think they can get over on others, and then it all comes back to bite them. That is so interesting to watch. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how everything plays out moving forward. And yeah, I'd like to see more accountability, okay? More justice for the American people. And that's that. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. Shout out to the King Squad. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the positive comments. And Merry Christmas. Peace.